Hey, sports porchers, it's your hockey Jesus with game 76. Pittsburgh Penguins at the Washington Capitals. Well, I'm taking a little cue tonight off of my technical director. He said I was a little stiff with the music, so I think I'm going to go without the music tonight because we have so much to cover. We don't need music for hockey. Hockey by itself is just such a great sport, and you're listening to me because you know I'm the hockey Jesus, and I will give it to you. The real deal is right here, and let's talk about the Pittsburgh Penguins. Woo! 4-1 over the Washington Capitals. I just love beating the Capitals. Tom Wilson, I love watching him fall on the ice. I love watching him skate away after we lose. You know, Ovechkin had a power play goal tonight, and good for him. He's going to break Gretzky's record, guaranteed. I'm almost guaranteeing it at this point because I think that he's got longevity. He's going to be in it for the long haul. But tonight it was about the Pittsburgh Penguins, and it's not even about the Stars tonight. That's right. Here's the one thing I have to say. Okay. I was watching the game on tape delay and I'm done with my meeting that I had. I click on the television. I'm getting ready to watch the game. Didn't know the score. And I look, and who's on the television? The Pittsburgh Pirates. How the hell can Sportsnet be playing the Pittsburgh Pirates? Someone please tell Pittsburgh Sportsnet the Pittsburgh Pirates should be on the B channel. The A channel should be the Penguins until they're out of the playoffs or not playing in the playoffs. They get kicked to the other station. It drives me nuts. I record the game, I put on the game, and I see Pittsburgh Pirates sixth inning, so I know I missed a lot of game. It's not like even the ninth inning where, okay, maybe I missed the first 3 minutes. I missed the whole first period because of it. I was losing my absolute mind. So of course I had to look at the score, and I'm always trepidatious pulling up that Pens app. You got to get it if you don't have it. 2-0 Pittsburgh Penguins at the end of the first. And what do I find? I find they get some puck luck from Ryan Shea and POJ. Well, I'm thrilled because look, when you beat the Capitals, you're usually thinking, okay, Crosby's going to score some goals. Gino might be in the mix. And definitely Russ going to be mixed. You don't think those guys are going to be in the mix. And when I heard it was some puck luck, that is great. And on top of that, Ned's still on top of the game. Look, Ned, fantastic game tonight. 31 saves, 968 save percentage tonight. He is the absolute reason the Pittsburgh Penguins are in it. But tonight, it was not about the Stars. Look, the kids are coming to feel it. They absolutely feel the energy about. Make no doubt, these are all playoff games. I know they're not officially NHL sanctioned playoff games. These are the exact same feel of the playoff game. Look, I had the Islanders on the small little, I got a little thing here. I don't have two televisions. I don't have this great, fantastic setup. I'd like to, but when you have a wife, you gotta make sure the wife is happy before you put up 2 or 4 or 5 televisions in the living room. So I watched I watch it on my little screen. And the Islanders, of course, ended up winning tonight. But it was 2-2. So, I had it on. I was looking. I was hoping and praying Columbus could pull it out, but they couldn't. We'll talk about the standings in a little bit. So I'm scoreboard watching a little bit after it goes to 3-0. The only tense moments came in the third period when they had that 5-on-3. But honestly, the Penguins had a really good opportunity of getting the goal on 5-on-3 with that Rust play. Passed it to himself, ran after it. Rust is absolutely on fire right now. I think he's really been rejuvenated from the Gensel trade. Nobody's talking about that, but I am because I'm the hockey Jesus. I see it all. And Rust has definitely has taken a step up since Gensel has left. He's filling his shoes a little bit. Look, Drew O'Connor, I told you I like this kid from the very beginning. They gave him a chance to play all season, and he's really given dividends now playing on that first line. Good for him. I think, there might be a little bit. There's still no magic left with Gino, but you know what? Winning solves all problems. Sid and Gino were not very good tonight. They were good defensively. They were good in their own end. They definitely there, but they didn't have it tonight when it came to scoring goals. It was a youth movement. Bunning had a really nice shot there. let's face it, Lindgren's not a great goalie for Washington. That's probably the reason they lost tonight. And on top of that, I just felt like our legs from Puustinen, Puljujarvi, all the young guys, Eller even played great, and DOC. I think they're making a difference. I think they're making it's making it harder for the other teams to skate in that third period. And I think you saw that tonight. Absolutely. I know that you saw that tonight. So I just love that. I just think that should have been the recipe all season long. Not having guys in there like Graves. Hey, isn't it nice that Graves has an upper body injury and guys like Shea can play and score goals? POJ's been playing all year. St. Ivany's been a fixture for the past, 8 games, 9 games? I told you I like this kid. He passed the eye test, right? When you see it, you know it's good. When you see Jack St. Ivany out there on the last, the Penguins were up 4-1, so being on the ice on the last shift, not that great. Not that big of a deal when you're up 4-1, but he's out there. And what is he doing? He's covering the puck. He's making sure the other team's not getting it, playing keep away, smart hockey. I think this kid's going to be a keeper. I love the fact that Graves isn't in there right now. I love the fact that Jari isn't in there right now. And these were tough decisions that I think that, Sully had to have been making all year round, and he just hasn't been making them. And he's basically forced to make them now because they still got an uphill battle. And let's talk about the uphill battle that these Pittsburgh Penguins have to climb. Look, with tonight's win, they don't jump over the Capitals, and the Capitals still have a game on hand with them. At one point we were talking about, hey, we got 2 games on hand. That is now gone with these games. But we've won those games, so it's okay. But now the Pens have 6 games left. They're at 81 points. They're at the bottom of the people looking to make the playoffs. The Flyers have 83 points. They have 6 games left, so we can't catch the Flyers because of games now. The New York Islanders won tonight, so they have 83 points. They actually jump into that second wild card spot. Look, if you haven't been noticing, behind me, I've been keeping track of the standings, right? The Islanders here for the first time. That was Washington's spot for a real long time. You couldn't see it because it was probably behind me. And if you look on the other side, I'm not going to look on the other side because Tampa Bay's got the other one locked up. We can't catch them. Well, we can catch them, but they would have to lose all their games literally, and we would have to win all of our games. These 2 spots are the spots the Penguins want to get. This spot here with the Flyers, this spot here with the Islanders, they're both at 83. The Penguins are at 81. They're still going to have to jump over the Caps, who are at 82, and the Detroit Red Wings, who are at 82 also. And they also have a game on hand on the Penguins. So that's why the Penguins have to keep winning. I know it seems improbable that they can keep winning, and it pretty much is. I mean, they've got a 6 game. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They have a 7 game point streak. 5-0-2. It's really 5-2 with 2 loser points. That's the way the hockey Jesus rolls. They were losses. So, but they scored points in those losses, and they can continue to do that. They're going to have to continue to win. Look, they play Saturday, Tampa Bay, and then they play again on Monday at Toronto. They can't let down, and this is the hard part for the Pens. The other thing is they're going to have to figure out, well, Ned's been fantastic, 968 save percentage tonight, like I said, and he's played the last 2, 4, 6 games in a row. The game before that, the one they lost in overtime to Colorado, Jari came in for a little bit. I think you remember that, and basically Tristan Jari hasn't started a game since March 19th. At the Devils, where they lost 5-2. That was the game my son was at, by the way. And he should have been at the last one they were at, where they won 6-3. So this is what's going on with the Penguins. I think, once again, I think it still will take an absolute miracle for them to make the playoffs, but they are still in the conversation. And you know what? That's good news for everybody. That's good news for Pittsburgh Penguins fans. It's good news for the NHL. One more thing before the hockey Jesus leaves. The things that aren't good for the NHL. Let's talk about that line brawl. I have to give this 2 minutes of rant time because it absolutely infuriates me that the NHL lets this go on. And here's why. Let's do a little bit of background check of what happened before this. The New York Devils were playing at the New York Rangers, right? The Devils are pretty much out of it thanks to the Penguins knocking them out of it. The Rangers are pretty much solidified. Probably first place. I think Carolina can still catch them, and they probably want to stay in first place. I don't know. Maybe they want to drop the second. It doesn't really matter because the second's going to play either Philadelphia or the Islanders or the Penguins. It's going to be one of those three. Probably hard to know. Hard to know. The other team actually is probably going to have to play the Tampa Bay Lightning. So the one actually probably might have the tougher seed. So that's a different conversation for another day. The background on the line brawl is this: New York Rangers. Our buddy Matt Rempe. By the way, I hate Matt Rempe. Sorry, Hockey Jesus is not allowed to hate, so we won't hate. We will say our prayers for Matt Rempe that he'll be turned into a regular hockey player. But what he does now is absolutely not hockey. When you come out on the face-off circle and you drop your stick and you drop your gloves and you start to fight, that is not hockey. Does everybody understand that out there? That is not hockey. Hockey is when you shoot the puck into the goal and score. Shoot the puck into the net and score a goal. That is hockey, okay? Hockey 101 from the Hockey Jesus. So what happened was Matt Rempe elbowed Sigenthaler from the Devils in their March 11th game. And he got fined for it. He got, I believe, a 3 or 4 game suspension, maybe as much as 6. He got a big suspension from it. Should have been taken care of, right? Oh, no. Matt Rempe, on the way off the ice, had to give a little wave to a guy named Curtis McDermott. Well, Curtis McDermott turns out to be a fighter, too. How about that? So, New York Devils are in the Rangers in Madison Square Garden, and they get to decide who goes out on the ice first. The home team then gets to put their players out on the ice. And who does the coach from the New York Devils put out there? Let's put out Curtis McDermott's line. Now, he's not actually a center. He's a winger, which means he gets to line up on the circle. So guess who the New York Rangers decide to put out? Oh, that's right, Matt Rempe. Oh, surprise, surprise. So, of course, everybody knows there's going to be a fight. What everybody didn't know is everybody else is going to fight too. And this is ridiculousness. This is the WWF. I know you kids probably call it the WWE these days. I know it as the WWF. It's staged. It's just for show, and it's not hockey. Once again, it is not hockey when you do these sorts of things. When you have John Marino out there fighting, that is not hockey. John Marino is not a fighter. It's ridiculous. So the rule is the first person to fight, which should have been, by the way, it should have been McDermott and Rempe. But no, there was somebody else they decided who were fighting first because they grabbed each other first beforehand. The first person to fight is allowed to fight. They'll still get 5-minute majors and they'll go to the penalty box. But anybody else who fights during that same time, automatic game suspension, automatic misconduct, and you're kicked out of the game. And that's why 8 people got kicked out 2 seconds into that game. Not hockey. Don't forget it. Got it, hockey fans? So, I'm done with my rant. I hope that never happens again. I wish the NHL would do something about it, but they absolutely will not. So, where are we now with the Pittsburgh Penguins? Pittsburgh Penguins still have a chance. I think they're going to make a run at it, but let's face it, still an uphill climb. Hey, Sports Porchers, thanks for being around. Appreciate you. Don't forget, wherever that subscribe button is, hit it. Hit it now. Hit the subscribe button because I'm here after every Penguins game, and I promise, whether the Penguins make the playoffs or not, I'm here for you. I am your hockey Jesus, And don't forget, Pittsburgh Penguins fans, keep the faith and let's go.